Anyway. Okay, so so anyway, so back to what I was saying. Um, right now I'm just trying to figure out a freaking good setup right now for my microphone. I'm gonna be doing some. Let's see, I don't know if I'm able to do this in the background. Hold on. Broadcasting with mixer. Okay. I can always adjust that, but I want to make sure it's actually pretty good. So what I want to do, I want to go to that. Yeah, that's what I want to do. So let's see. What do they have new? So they have that. They have that. Way out of my budget. Okay, so let's just go to single player. Let's do a bit of test driving. Add what's that track? Add this, and then we'll just keep on racing until like. We'll just see what happens with my audio, because I think one factor too, I have to talk louder. I think, I don't know. Yeah, I have a good mic. Yeah. No idea. Oh yeah, yeah. He did say he was gonna go to Vegas. So yeah. So right now I'm just. So a little quick look at my microphone settings real quick. Microphone settings are. Yeah, I'll check it later. So. Okay, so. I just hope I actually get good audio, because well, all the time it's like. I seem to get more. No. Just the way it sounds. These guys are so aggressive. I don't think I ever did a Forza 7 video, so if you guys are really watching this, you know, congrats to you guys, but I like having my drivers that highly skilled because it's more fun, it's more entertaining that way. But then at the same time, it is kind of trader focus, and I forget about the trader focus and I deal with topic. Sometimes I kind of talk under my breath, so it's like maybe that's probably why it doesn't catch the audio either. Because the main problem I'm having right now, I just stated to my guys right here, co-workers anyway, that every time I do a stream, it's always like the audio seems to be more louder on the game rather than the microphone, and my microphone seems to be cutting out times over and over again. So right now I'm just trying to do some experimenting on the microphone and see if I can actually find a good setup where it's actually not too quiet, or it's not too, you know, or not too like loud. I know because in my last video I made, I had the dialogue kind of loud, but like you could barely hear the game, and the volume had to be all the way up on like a computer device. So it's just like kind of annoying, but you know, you just learn to roll with it. I'm literally trying to make my videos better, like as good as I can. Alright, so I'm pretty sure you guys been looking a lot at Forza Motorsport 7 by now. So it's like basically like all new, all styly. I don't have the Xbox One Enhance, or the Xbox One X Enhanced thing yet. I still have my One S still. Do I plan to get Xbox One X? Kinda. I don't know. I hear a lot of people say like it's not worth it or whatever, but I'm just like, you know, I actually want to see what it actually does, what it's capable of. I just personally want to see what it's capable of. So like, it's like, I don't even know what it's gonna have in stock, but I hope it actually looks pretty good. I hope so. So after that, yeah, I gotta keep my voice volume up too. That's one habit I have. Now I gotta talk loud now. Because most of the time, every time I do my streams, I'm either with family or I'm either like awake in the morning. Like I really don't have like a lot of room to like talk out loud and like, you know, like I normally do. So right now I'm just with the liberty of my work co-mates. I'm actually trying to figure out how to actually like talk louder. Maybe that could actually solve the problem, because like maybe it's not the microphone, maybe it's not the game, maybe it's just the fact that I'm not really talking loud enough. But let's see how it turns out. Come on, right there. I'm still surprised this car actually won Le Mans in a V6. That still surprises me to this day. Alright. I don't know about you, but like, how does the brightness look good for you guys? Like, I don't know. I think it should look good. Oh crap. I think it should look good, but I actually just want to see how it looks from you guys. Because, you know, I'm the one making the video, so I want to make sure the video is enjoyable and likable. Ah, shucks, but if you guys have any way to help me out with the microphone or any way, please leave it in the comments below, because this is the one video I will actually post up. It's for, like, gameplay sake, because I really want to, you know, get a better stream. I want to get better quality. I want to get better at what I do. Because I remember the first time I had this problem was back when I was playing Forza Motorsport 6. And yes, I did have the 4GT at the time too. But, you know, you guys are the bosses, so... Well, I'm more... well, I mean, I'm the boss, but, you know, it's like, I want the people to like The Office, you know? And... that wasn't bad. Just want to check my stream in a bit. Now I don't know, can I log into my stream? I don't know if I can. Probably not. Okay. So now that I'm in, let's see. So I'm just logging into my game stream. See if it actually sounds pretty good. I'm going to put there. And I'm going to see if I can actually do something else. And let's see, what can we go with? How do I go here? Let's see. Is it recording a video right now? No. It doesn't really pop on until later, so I'll do it. I'll figure it out later. Might do 3 more. And see where it goes from there. do you want to modify this dude? Yeah, let's see if I can modify this dude. So I'm pretty aware that he already has drag slicks on. He has drag slicks on, so I want to see if I can actually make him go a tiny bit faster. And then that should make him go like a tiny bit faster, and I just want to see how he does from there. Race setup. Let's see. Should we do Le Mans? Or should we do? I've never done. What's that track? Nürburgring. Oh, jeez, I've never done this track on like. Yeah, let's just do Nürburgring, but I don't know if I'm gonna be doing like the whole entire circuit or something. Because this thing takes like forever to complete. Just do one lap because I don't want to end up having to deal with the fact it's like 16.5 miles to complete. Just like driving in a car that's like not that fast, so it might take like 10 minutes or something around there. Let's see how it turns out then. Sorry if you guys, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but it's fun to see how it turns out. Just a little bit nervous right now. So I'm literally gonna be here all day if I'm not gonna get good audio, and I really want to get good audio, so that's why I'm trying to do everything I can to actually fix this. See what's behind, what's around me. It's a Prowler, Toyota. Well, I'm not as fast, but hey, I'm a bit faster. I guess the turbocharger really didn't do anything that much. Still need to modify the tires and the suspension. It's got some good interior. Give it that. I think it seems to go faster on the 0 to 60, but when it starts going up to the hundreds, it starts to like slow down. And I currently have 22.6 miles on this car and counting. You can see on my dashboard it's 22.7, 22.8, and then 22, and then I'll reach 30 miles, 23 miles on there. This car really doesn't seem that bad. Even though I modified it to a certain extent, it really doesn't feel that fast still. It's got some good sound, good looks. Yeah, but back to the Xbox One. Back to the Xbox One X Enhanced. I don't know. What I basically know is that they say is that the Xbox One S is like an upscale to 1080 4K Ultra high definition, and the Xbox One X is like the true, like it actually runs on that standard. Like according to Microsoft or Xbox, it states that the Xbox One S actually goes up to 1080p and 4K Ultra, when the Xbox One X is already at that level. You know, like the Xbox One is tries to go up to that level. You know, I'm like, that's not bad. I mean, I don't mind that. But the thing is like, there's some people out there that still have the old Xbox One. It's like the first one, that was like 500 gigs. Personally, I actually want one. Why? I don't know. Probably just like to live kind of old school a bit. I don't know. Have like a base model just for the fun of it. I don't know. So, oh crap. So it's like I don't know. I don't really don't get the site. I don't really don't get the idea of like, you know, why didn't the old Xbox One? Why don't they like modify it a bit, make it more better? You know, have it like run 4K ultra high definition. You know, like what you can do with any other game console. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to modify this car a bit. See, it looks like it seems to go fast, but it doesn't really seem to like. It doesn't seem to like the turbochargers really don't seem to work as much. Cause I put in the turbocharger and I enhanced it, so I don't know. I don't see how these cars can actually like go fast on the highway. I don't see how this cars can actually like go fast. Unless this is just a base Crown Victoria, not like one of those like Police Interceptor modification ones. Because this one just says 2010 Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. So I'm like, if this is how fast a Police Interceptor goes, like with these kind of cars, I find it funny. No offense. Now, if you get like those Dodge Charger Police Interceptors, those cars are like top notch. Like those cars are ready to go go after somebody. These, however, really don't look like they can. So it's like I don't know. So let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix my. Yeah, I was afraid of that. I'm gonna have to fix my suspension and my. I fix my suspension and then I want to fix my tires, make them wider. Because like I said, I have drag slicks on, so the thing I want to do, I actually want to make them wider and actually handle the turns better. And then next thing you know, lower my suspension so I don't look like a giant boat on the roadway. Ah, damn. If you hear anybody in the background, that's just me and my workers, my friends, my brothers, my dad, my parents talking. I'm also trying to test out I said this would actually be a good time to actually talk about stuff, to test out the background audio, see if it actually does cancel out the background, and I can actually make more adjustments to that. So, damn. That was bad. Yeah, I just recognized this had the Police Interceptor badge, so if these cars are supposed to be fast, come on. You guys gotta make your cars faster. I feel like I'm driving in a 19. I feel like I'm trying to drive like, if I'm gonna be chasing after a dude, I want my car to be fast. Yeah. Okay, so let's see if we can catch him against this pacer. Catching up a little bit to this car. There's a car coming on the way. And now we're going up against this Plymouth Prowler. I remember this Plymouth Prowler was like around at the time. As a kid, it barely came out in 2000. I think it was one of the last of the Plymouth cars. on, come on, come on. Alright. I wonder how far we are on the track. It's already been like 7 minutes on there. Well, it's been 7 minutes on the track, but like my stream says 21 because of the last race. Whoa, jeez. That wasn't a bad drift. These cars were always drifters, I'm good with that. Well, in movies, I mean, because in movies you always see these guys like swerve around and get like beat up pretty bad. I don't know why they use these, but I guess because there's like a mass never produced of them. I'm like, that would be a cool idea, you know? I wouldn't mind having one of these. And I said before, I wouldn't mind personally owning one of these guys. So nowadays they you don't really see a lot of convict tours. I mean, you see them here and there, but now you see them more like in the Tauruses and the Explorers. You really don't see much of the ground mix anymore. I heard that they were gonna make something like a hybrid vehicle. It looked like the style of the Ford Fusion, which I find pretty creative. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna need to add more torque to this guy because this guy seems to be like tugging like a boat. Turbochargers really don't seem to do much. And then I'm gonna want to modify the suspension, the tires, and maybe the brakes. Yeah, I already reached 33 miles. Long race it is. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm gonna have to modify the tires. On the width, I mean. I'd rather have with some track tires, which is the only thing that's making me go fast. I'm pretty sure all you guys know that if you include drag tires, it's mainly made for drag racing specifically. Me, I like to use them because they actually increase your car's acceleration and your breakage. Even though you lose a bit of grip and handling, it's actually worth the takeoff speed at times. And that's what I like to do, so I like to use it for the takeoff speed. It's actually worth something a bit. I'm on the straightaway. See how fast I can go. I am only going 140 miles an hour. If I can go faster. I think I'm just underestimating this car. I think this car can go way faster, but it's probably not like experiencing like the best ideal of it. Okay, now we're gonna go down here. Slow down because of how bad my car is. Slow down here. Let's see, can I do a brake? I really do brakes on this car. That wasn't bad. I think it was alright. credits. Let's go with this. Let's see, Lotus Elise. So yeah, I'm probably might not get anything there. See if I can modify my vehicle a bit more. I can go a bit more of speed. Let's see, best thing I always upgrade this is the camshaft. Always have it to race camshaft because it actually boosts your vehicle's horsepower by a lot, by a long shot. So this should actually make it go faster. And then the next thing you want to upgrade is your intercooler. I guess your intercooler gives you a bit more horsepower. Nice. Yeah, maybe my car's in the, I heard my dad talking about cars in the background. Is it a GT or no? Ah, yeah. I always said in the conversation, you know, I really don't mind what engine it has, but like if you have the ability to make it like a model bigger, or like a model or like an engine block more, then I would rather do that. But if it's like a normal, it's like weird with the engine. Like it's I'm not really picky with it, but I'm just more like kind of more like on organized on it. I'm more organized on this. Where's that one track? Okay, the track. But that's the thing, like I'm more strict on, I'm not really strict, but I'm just more like, I like to be like basic with the engine. Like if it has a V6 in it, might as well have it as a V6. But if it's like one of those old engines that they really don't give up a lot of horsepower, like if it's like a normal V6 that does like 120 horsepower, it's like I'm probably gonna put a, not really a bigger engine, but like a better V6 in there by the same brand and same, you know, everything. If not, just modify it, because I'm kind of strict with it at times. I'm not really much of an engine swapper, but if I am gonna engine swap, I want to have it the same engine cylinder and same, you know, company that makes it. I like V8s though, mostly. I personally like V8s, but you know, I really don't mind like the EcoBoost stuff and all that. I don't really mind all that, because they're actually doing better. Like they're actually outdoing the V8s pretty much. The EcoBoost engines, they're pretty much outgoing. They're pretty much like outdoing the V8s. They are. No, I was just saying, sorry. But they do outdo, like, most of the EcoBoost cars now, they outdo like the V8s pretty much, huh? So it's like, that's not a bad thing. Now it's like, oh wow. The thing is, like, it's actually pretty cool. Nowadays it's like, sorry, lost train of thought. No, but the thing is, like, nowadays it's like, it's pretty cool to actually like say that, hey, I want a V6 in my car, you know, because you know the V6s are actually outdoing a lot of cars now. And sitting as the EcoBoost engines are actually outdoing a lot of big engines like the V8s and the V10, and I want to say V10s, but maybe the V10s. So it's like, you know, V8s are starting to become, not really become extinct. I suppose, like, not really becoming extinct. They're just more like, I wouldn't say outdated, but I guess they're just being dominated by smaller engines. Smaller engines are lighter, and you know, they don't produce as much gas as the V8. So there's a lot of reasons why everyone would pick a smaller engine nowadays and rather have like more power than what they did back then. Because you know, if you were like let's say like you're an old timer, most of the engines, most of the cars you got were like a 8, like a V8, you know, if you were able to afford that, because you know, if you wanted the power, you know, you wanted that horsepower, you wanted that torque. Nowadays it's like, you know, don't worry about that. We can make a tiny engine go like, or pull out more horsepower than like a standard V8, you know, and it's like, in some cases it actually does work, and that's what Ford did. They took that opportunity of making small engines more powerful than the big engines, and it's actually been doing a good success. Its popularity, though, I wouldn't say it's the best. Like, people are like, why do you have a V6 in a truck? Why do you have a four-cylinder in a truck? You're gonna break your engine. Surprisingly, it's actually been doing I want to say pretty well, in my personal opinion. Like, I know Ford won Le Mans in a V6. Their trophy truck is actually competing with the V6, I believe so. And one of their trucks, I think one of their trucks is actually an EcoBoost four-cylinder, which is actually gas friendly, apparently. And I guess that's actually been doing good too. So it's like, and I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, yo, if you have like a four-cylinder and a truck, that's crazy. But like when you have like an EcoBoost like truck, it's like, wow, which is pretty, like. No, I'm not getting distracted. I'm just saying that the engine. Oh, sorry, my bad. It's pretty unheard of, like, because if you were back in the old days, if you had a four-cylinder on a truck, that truck wouldn't go anywhere because it's really heavy, and there wasn't a really strong ideal of putting a strong output on a four-cylinder. So they really weren't a thing as four-cylinders at the time because most of those engines had to be in a small car in order for it to go anywhere. So when you had a really big car and a really small engine at the time, it was like your car was pretty much doomed. You couldn't go anywhere. So a lot of people believed at the time, the bigger your engine, the more horsepower you have and the more ability you have to actually move the car. So it's like, nowadays that's not the case. So it kind of contradicts a lot of like people that like sticking to the engines. Like, it's like, oh, I like V8s. But V8s aren't really dominating anymore. Now they're like V6s, and if you're like an old timer, it's like, no, I don't like V6s. I go for V8s when V8s aren't really the dominant one anymore. It's like reversal psychology. It's like, it's really confusing. And for me, my personal taste is like, I like a lot of cars, mostly Fords and Hondas. So it's like, if I stick with an American car, I don't mind it being like a 6 or a 4, really. I really don't mind. I just wouldn't mind making it go a little tiny bit faster. And the thing is, like, I'm a really big fan of V8s. I'm like a big fan of the V8s and the way they sound. I am. So it's like, it really becomes a really controversial conversation when it's like I like V8s, but then like I would rather prefer to have a stock EcoBoost V6. It's just like controversial. It's like saying, oh, I like V8s, but I'd rather drive this. And it's saying that I like this better when I really don't like to look at a V8 as much anymore. Personally, I think engines are engines, and no matter what you do with it, it's like it's still going to be that engine. You like V8s, get a V8. I want a V6, get a V6. Four-cylinder, get a four-cylinder. I know for a fact because I used to want a Ford Fiesta, like those little subcompact cars, and at the time in 2016, on their brochures, they actually labeled the EcoBoost package where you can actually carry a 1 liter EcoBoost engine, and the diagnostics and specifications on the engine contained 3 cylinders. And I was just like, a 3-banger? What am I going to do with a 3-banger? And the output was actually pretty interesting because when you have a normal TI VCT 4-cylinder engine on a Ford Fiesta, you pull out 120 horsepower with 112 pounds of torque. The EcoBoost 1 liter 3-cylinder pulled out 128 horsepower with 148 pounds of torque on 3 cylinders. So that was actually very surprising to me that a small engine can actually do that much, way more than a 3-cylinder could, way more than a 4-cylinder could. And I was actually surprised. I was completely surprised. It caught me completely off guard. So it's like, now it's like, you can't really be a dominant one and say, I like the V8, Because V8s aren't really like, I wouldn't say they're not dominant anymore, but it's like, it's just more of the culture-wise, like, a lot of people like the V8 because it's always been an icon of American history. The Ford Flathead V8. You know, that thing was modified kind of a while, and you know, you had freaking Clyde Barrow, mail Henry Ford about the engine, like, hey, thank you for giving me a really fast engine, you know, and it was funny. True story. Pretty funny. So I guess like V8s were like the thing back then. Nowadays it's like, you know, we'll have a four-cylinder that'll beat your V8. You know, like it's like, it's just so it's just a big controversial story. It's just a big controversial like topic. You know, but personally, I don't mind whatever kind of car it is, just as long as it gets me. Well, I would be lying if I said that, but that's just how I feel. This is like a big it's a big controversial conversation. It's like, I like this, but I like this. If you like that, but you know, I would rather like this. You know, it's like it's really weird. It's really weird for me. But like I might have said it already, but it's like if it already has a V8 in it, and it goes if it goes a fast amount, if it goes a certain amount that I find pleasing, I wouldn't mind that. But if there was any way where I can actually like make the engine faster, or swap it out for an engine, I would. Like, let's say the 1992 Ford LX. I think its top speed, no, its horsepower radius was like on a four-cylinder. It was like 88 to 100 horsepower, I believe, and it's a 2.3 liter. So when that happens, I'm saying I don't mind swapping out that engine and putting a newer four-cylinder that actually does more horsepower, like a 2.3 liter EcoBoost, like the one that they use on the Ford Focus RS, like the new one. That'll make it go a bit more faster, and it's still in the same liter size, so it's like, you know, I have a bit of a chance. You know, I would rather, I would do it like that, like, you know, like I'll probably put the same type of brand engine, same type of liter, but maybe have it like a modern day version or something like that, you know, like so it's not so like sophisticated. Like, let's say like putting like a getting an old truck and putting like a Chevrolet Corvette in it to make it go faster. It's like, you know, I'm not like one of those people. I'm not really the style of it. Like, I'm not one of those people that puts a Chevrolet engine in an old car and makes it go like faster, because everybody likes Chevrolet, and like, you know, it's like the whole type of idea. You know, I don't really like that idea. Swapping out engine for another engine from a different brand, or from a different manufacturer. Like, I know a lot of old car guys. They like to get a small block 350 Chevrolet engine, and they put them on their hot rods, like on their V8s and all this stuff, like on their Fords and on their Dodges, you know, because it has a, well, I will admit, it does have a good sound, and it actually sounds pretty good. And even nowadays, people put that ZR1 engine on, like, old cars like the Oldsmobile, or like, you know, like a giant, like, Studebaker or whatever. So it's just like, you know, I'm not that kind of person. If I'm going to swap out an engine, I want it to be the same brand, same liter size, you know. I'd rather have it like that because it's more easier, and it's less like it's less sophisticated. It's more organized. Um, I'm almost done in a minute. I'm just like I said, I'm just trying to work on my microphone settings. Let me see. So, thank you all for watching, though, but I'm not really gonna say anything because this is just an experimental video. So, till next time, see you guys.